Hey, what's up? Hi. How you guys? Hey, what's up? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're living your best life. All of those things with it. I am a bit tired tonight, but no worries. I'm still here to bring you content. I'm still here to do what I said I was gonna do, and that is what is happening. And independence is the topic tonight. So let's get right into it. Oh shit. I gotta get going on. Are you ready? So I'll take a picture. For Moon? Where the fuck is Moon? Somebody get her. Jesus Christ. So, we are here, and for today, we will be discussing independent people. So, the definition of independence: not depending on another for livelihood or substance. So whatever it is, you don't rely on somebody for something, whether it be, you rely on your drug dealer to get you drugs, or you rely on your parents to make sure you're fed by the end of the day, or make sure you have a house or a roof over your head. What is an example of an independent person? It is someone who doesn't rely on other people for money, help, or emotional reassurance. There's a bunch of different things you could name, but those are just the examples that it's naming. It's a person with sound self-esteem and a healthy sense of self. This means they don't need others' validation to make decisions and feel good about themselves. So that's really where I think about it. Independence is where you don't rely on somebody else to make sure, or to make you feel good at the end of the day. You should feel good with you, yourself, and I, and everything about that. You should feel good. No matter what situations happen throughout the day, you should be independent enough to get yourself through it and everything that goes with it. How you react to situations is going to define how independent you are, or, even how dependent or dependent you could be. Hey, Juno, hi. Or even independent you could be. So these examples that it named, it said for money, help, or emotional reassurance. Emotional reassurance is a big one that a lot of people struggle with, including myself, where you feel like you need somebody to understand you, or you need to make sure that the things that you're feeling and the things that you do, you need to be validated more than by just yourself. And what that tells you is that you need to gain more confidence into what you're saying, into your opinions, into how you act, how you react, all of it. If you feel that you need to rely on somebody to just feel good or be okay at the end of the day, this will tell you to maybe step away or find some sort of independence, or find some sort of thing to ground you by yourself, or go by yourself, or whatever the case may be, because it will help you become better. You never want to become too dependent on people. And if you want to hear more about dependence, you can watch the last episode. What are some signs of being independent? You make decisions confidently. You trust yourself to make important life choices. You take responsibility. You embrace solitude. You resiliently pursue your passions. You adapt well to change. You set and achieve your own goals. So I'll give examples for all of these. I'll give my own examples, some quick ones. So you make your own decisions confidently. You don't question yourself. So meaning, say your partner is with you, and you, instead of just deciding whether you need oranges or lemons at the grocery store, you feel the need to always ask your partner Should we get oranges or lemon? Should we get oranges or lemon? You feel like you always need their opinion in order to decide anything. That is a pretty crazy thing, and finding independence when it comes to that is making your own decisions confidently instead of asking somebody else for what you should get. Just decide, like, hey, I think we should get lemons this time. You trust yourself to make important life decisions. You need to be able to trust yourself, and especially when it comes to being able to buy a house, having kids, you know. You trust yourself to make important life decisions, or choices, whatever you want to say. Choices, decisions, same thing. So this is something that I'm still finding my own confidence in. Not even going to lie to you, I don't know the next right thing to do all of the time, and I don't know. Like when it comes to buying a house, do I feel confident in myself to make that important life decision? No, not really. Will I? Yes, I will get there. But do I trust myself for that right now at this moment? No. So I don't feel like I could give you some really good advice on that point. Moving on, you take responsibility, you embrace solitude, all of those things. Being by yourself and being responsible for your own actions is a big deal. Deciding if you need to go to sleep early because you have work in the morning, or you should go to sleep early because, for me, I have to wake up and I gotta go get my daughter, and I'm a mom and I need to make her breakfast, and you know what I mean? I have a bunch of responsibility, so I need to make responsible choices. So instead of staying up all night deciding to drink and, not feel good at the end of the day, I need to decide, do what I need to do, get some sleep. That way Faye can have her mommy full of energy. She can have her mommy 100% filled of energy and have fun and play, and she deserves that. And it is up to me as a mother, as JD, to be responsible. And not only that, it's obviously a huge part of being independent is making those choices. You embrace solitude. You'd like to be alone. This is a tough one too for me. I work on these things almost every single day. I'm alone. When I put my daughter down for a nap, I work on being alone, breathing. I find something to do. I watch a TV show I like. I'm finding my own independence more and more every day, and I'm finding it. I'm less and less scared to be alone every single day, which is an amazing thing. And that is for independence, of course. That's a great part of being independent. You resiliently pursue your passions. So for me, I am doing that. This is a huge passion for me. Sorry, I can't freaking speak. This is a huge passion for me. And I love doing this, and I love having these conversations. And I feel that not only, obviously, I hope to help others in the process of doing this, which is a huge passion of mine, but obviously I am finding my own independence from doing this. I'm learning more and more about myself every single day, and I love it. I absolutely love it. So that is a big one. You adapt to change. You adapt well to change. So when something doesn't go your way, how are you going to choose to react? What are you going to do? Are you going to choose to be upset, or are you going to choose to find another way about things? You know what I mean? It's really about being open-minded and understanding enough to get out of your own head and keep your mind in somebody else's mind. There's a balance. I get that. There is a balance, and you can't let people walk all over you. That's another thing with independence. You can't let people walk all over you. And at the end of the day, if you believe in what you're saying, then you need to learn to be confident in what you're saying, is stand by what you say and find your own independence in order to do those things for yourself. And that takes time. That takes a lot of time. So just practice. And you have to, my point was to have a good mindset and stay open-minded. You set and achieve your own goals. Already read that. Yeah, you set and achieve your own goals. So I said that I'm going to stream Monday through Thursday, and I'm going to add to the podcast. And that is exactly what I've been doing. I feel awesome about it. I feel confident about it. Even me being a little bit late today, it drives me crazy, but what am I going to do? Let it drive me crazy all day, or am I going to choose to move on and still have an amazing podcast, So that's really the difference of finding, and that's, independence, right? Is being too independent a red flag? Why it spells trouble. People who are too independent don't take others into consideration, says McNeil. It's also a warning sign that maybe they're not going to know how to compromise, or negotiating isn't that important to them, she adds. I see. So if you're too independent, or you decide to do everything and anything yourself, kudos to you. Anybody can do it. If somebody wants to be fully 100% independent, they can. But I hate to break this to you, we're humans. That we're not supposed to be. You're never going to be truly happy and truly satisfied by doing that. And you can do it to find out for yourself. That's great. Go do that to find out. But I promise you, you'll just come right back here, and you're going to be lonely, and you're going to be sad. And even when it says right here, it says they're not going to know how to compromise, or negotiating isn't important to them. They're looking for somebody that either fits them or they don't want it, and they're not going to be willing to change, or at least it's going to be very hard for them to change. Very independent people, that is. And compromising, that's life. Life is about compromises and learning new things. And if you are not willing to do that, you will be unhappy, unsatisfied. You will eventually, in time, be very lonely. And, you're going to start wondering, you're like, hey, nobody likes me. And it's not a good feeling. Like, you think at first, I've been there, where you're fully alone and you're doing everything yourself and you feel good about yourself, but in reality, no one cares, and no one's proud of you, and you know what I mean? Like, cool. No one gives a shit. And knowing that, like, hey, nobody wants to be my friend, or hey, nobody likes you, it sucks. It's a terrible feeling. It's a terrible feeling, and it sucks. But to get past that, you just have to learn compromise, and you're gonna have to give a little to get a little, is the vibe there. So right here, if we take a look to the right. Hello, beautiful. Hi, Angela. Hi. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're living your best life, as always. So if we take a look on the right side, these are my words. This is my opinion about independence, about everything. I'm going to explain it, obviously, as I do. Maybe I won't need to. Maybe I just wrote it, So, okay. Independence comes natural to some. Accomplishing milestones can feel very satisfying. Getting to know what those milestones are for yourself can take a lifetime. Grow into your own independence to learn your own to learn your own milestones is what it's referring to. If you don't know what you want to do, if you don't know what you're passionate about, if you don't really know or understand what makes you happy, this is what I mean. You're going to have to go into this process of independence, of finding who you are as a person. You're going to have to make decisions confidently, trust yourself, be responsible, learn to be alone, pursue your passions, adapt well to change, and achieve your own goals for yourself, by yourself. And once you do all of these things, you will find and grow into your own independence and learn for yourself the milestones that you want to accomplish. And you can be and make an example for others, which will only make people want to be better. So in conclusion, being an independent person teaches you to be more self-reliant and more self-sufficient. Let's do it again. I messed up that last word. Being an independent person teaches you to be more self-reliant and more self-sufficient. Let's get back. Alright, so what do I got for you guys? I got a video that I also want to listen to, so I really want you guys to listen. I'm not going to be showing it on the screen due to I don't want to be copyrighted, so copywritten, I don't know the right way to say it. So let's listen.
Welcome back, Psych2Goers. Before we begin, we would like to thank all of you for your ongoing love and support. Psych2Go's mission is to make psychology and mental health more accessible to everyone, and you help us do that. Now, let's begin. Being an independent person or putting forth the effort to become one proves that you have grown and developed as a human being. Although it's not always easy to be independent, the effort and hard work is well worth it as you develop the ability to become self-sufficient and break out of your comfort zone. Are you someone who's become an independent individual? Let's find out now. Here are 5 things that prove you are an independent person. 1, you try to solve your problems for yourself, but you don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it. A substantial part of growing up is learning to find solutions for your problems by yourself. Some people don't receive much assistance from their parents as they grow, so fending for themselves becomes natural. Others, however, grow up receiving ample attention and care from their caregivers, which may encourage them to rely on other people that make them feel safe and grounded for guidance. You ultimately must learn to take care of yourself and efficiently solve your own problems. An independent person will do what they can to resolve their issues alone, but is not afraid to ask a trusted source for help if they really need it. 2, you know that people do not owe you assistance. You accept the fact that you will not always get what you want in life. Growing and maturing means that you'll experience failure, but you know you must stand back up, dust yourself off, and move forward. Perhaps sometimes you'll receive the support that you want or need to get through the situation more easily. But in some cases, there may not be anyone able or willing to lend a helping hand. This may be disheartening, but it's okay. You know that there will not always be someone available to help, and that everyone has their own hardships that they must tend to. 3, you're attentive to your finances. Wisely utilizing and saving money is a very important part of being a self-sufficient individual. Making a living and supporting yourself is a telltale sign of being independent. Once you leave the nest that is your guardian's home, you become responsible for your own well-being and financial stability. 4, you don't rely on the opinions of others regarding yourself and your livelihood. Everyone will always have their opinions based primarily off their own experiences and ways of seeing life. Others' opinions may or may not resonate with your own in regards to the way you see the world and live your own life. It's important to ensure that your necessities are met and that you stick to your plans and goals. So long as you're making safe and healthy choices, you should not feel the need to change or quit on things because of people's criticisms. Being headstrong and responsible enough to maintain yourself while pursuing your dreams is a display of being a responsible individual. And 5, you accept and are receptive to constructive criticism. Not relying on outside opinions regarding what you should or shouldn't do with your life is just as crucial as being able to listen to kind, constructive criticism. Listening to and respecting comments that are not necessarily what you want to hear requires a great level of maturity. If you're open to consider the critiques of those who want to help you, you're someone that is confident in their independence. How many of these points do you relate to? Are you
As you can see, being independent is very, very important, and it will help you be more self-reliant and more self-sufficient. You're not going to always be able to rely on somebody for something, and that's just the facts, that's the reality. But it is up to you to do whatever you need to do, learn more about yourself to get yourself through situations. I love you guys, and I will see you. When will I see you? I will see you tomorrow.